Are you a storage administrator working in media and entertainment? Do you have problems moving assets between different tiers of storage, acquiring assets, distributing them, or even having your workers collaborate with them? Well, Storage Made Easy's Enterprise File Fabric can help. Let's look at three key use cases. The first one being asset acquisition and monetization. Secondly, looking at how Storage Made Easy's file fabric can help with the tiering and movement of assets between different tiers of storage. And lastly, the collaboration and sharing functionality of media assets. Let's dive a little deeper. Let's say that you have content. You're the content owner, the content creator. You need to get that content to the people that can distribute it. Now, of course, you're not going to give them direct access into your storage, and they're not going to give you direct access into their storage. And so the meet in the middle approach is very common with a number of the hybrid clouds. Amazon S3, Google, Microsoft Azure, or even legacy protocols like FTP, SFTP, and WebDev can be used to put content in a common place where both the owner and the distributor can pull it and monetize it. Storage Made Easy Enterprise File Fabric makes this extremely easy to do. We have connectors to all of the major clouds, as well as 60 other connectors to any type of API or protocol that you can imagine. Our single pane of glass approach is going to give you and your team a single namespace to browse, search, and find any of the assets and to pull them down into your local storage securely through the whole process. Once you've acquired your media assets, sometimes your headaches have just begun. Of course, all organizations are going to have multiple tiers of storage. These tiers are going to start with Tier 0, Tier 1, which is your all-flash or your high-end storage. This high-end storage is commonly used by editors or transcoding systems to alter the actual media files and to work on them in real time. Of course, keeping all of your assets in Tier 0 and Tier 1 is an expensive proposition, so you need the lower tiers of storage, perhaps object or tape, where assets can be archived and pulled back as needed. Storage Made Easy's file fabric makes this process simple and easy. We have a user-initiated process where assets from an archival tier can be copied up to Tier 0 and 1, where they can be natively worked on against that storage by editors such as Premiere, Avid, or transcoders such as FFmpeg, Vantage, and whatnot. And then once the project is complete, the end project files can once again be migrated or copied down to that archival tier. All of this is user initiated through a single pane of glass. Do you have remote workers that need to work on a project with teams in the office? Normally this is really hard to do. Those remote workers have to somehow keep the project in sync, and that might require them traversing multiple VPNs and/or firewalls. Storage Made Easy File Fabric has collaboration baked in. It's in our DNA. We came from the enterprise file sync and share space, and we know how to get those files onto your employees' laptops so that they can work, be productive, and collaborate in the field with those in the office. While working with your data, Storage Made Easy never proprietizes your data. We don't believe in chunking or changing your assets, as a number of other gateways or media asset managers may do. And so we want to play in a native environment. So if you're using an S3 bucket, we're going to speak native S3. We're going to use things like MPU to preserve your asset in the proper format. And this is going to allow other MAMs such as PrimeStream or Vantage or transcoders such as FFmpeg or Elemental to all natively play together with Storage Made Easy. So what features does the Enterprise File Fabric use to simplify the acquisition, the tiering, and the collaboration of large media assets? Well, our new product feature, MStream, parallelizes any type of data movement. This can be from the cloud to on-premise. This can be from Tier 0, Tier 1 to Tier 3 storage or back, or for that employee working in the field. MStream takes your file, your large media asset, and breaks it into multiple parallel streams in either direction, up or down. This is going to maximize the actual bandwidth usage and minimize the amount of time that it takes to work with these assets. Because we never proprietize any of the data, the Enterprise File Fabric is able to pick up existing data in buckets or shares. When it picks up this data, it doesn't just find the file name and the file date time of the files, it also picks up the metadata associated with the files. Now this can be a really rich experience in that if you have some closed captioning files or script files, the Enterprise File Fabric's Deep Content Search is going to index the entire script. This means that later on, when you're looking for an asset, you can associate it by simply searching for a line of dialogue. That line of dialogue is going to lead you to the script, which will be associated with a number of media asset files. These media asset files in Archival can now be moved to a top tier of storage where a conform job can be run so that you can have a commercial or a clip made from the dialogue that you were looking for. So if you're ready to try the Enterprise File Fabric, go to StorageMadeEasy.com, where we can help you trial the Enterprise File Fabric. You'll enjoy using any of our native clients, Mac, Windows, Linux, iOS, Android, and no matter what client or how you're accessing the system, you'll find that it's secure. Your data is encrypted in flight and at rest. So contact us today and find out how easy it can be to manage your media assets with the Enterprise File Fabric.